Okay. Looks like we're doing this. Awesome. Is it live yet? Maybe. It says it's live, but I don't see any video. There we go. All right. Salam, Khubi. I tried. Yeah, so we're having a time. I guess I will explain this look. So sometimes I choose a hair makeup look, I guess you can call it, for what I'm teaching that day. And so we are talking about Turkey, Iraq, and Iran in geography class. So that's what we're doing. I used a very fun tutorial about Parsi Iranian women. And also just, it was a comparison tutorial between how they do their makeup in Iran versus how they do their makeup in places like Los Angeles. So that was interesting. Very different look, and so I went for the Iranian look, and it's a very big look. I feel like a glamorous kind of clown. I'm not used to doing such big makeup, so having a good time with it, I think. How about you all? How are y'all doing today? Doing all right? I feel like I'm gonna have to explain this multiple times because there was like, Chris was here and that's kind of it for that explanation. Chris, you already knew what I was doing with this. Maybe we should go to Iran to play Pokemon Go. Can we do that? Can we do that? Let me see. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too, Chris. I wonder if anybody will be commenting in a religious way, I guess. This is more of a type of fashion choice. So this is not a religious thing. So even for like Zoroastrian women and stuff, they'll wear it. And just people in areas where you got dark hair and it's very, very, very sunny. Having this on your head really protects your neck and it stops that heat from building up under your hair. Yeah. So, what do you mean by hinterland specifically? Because sometimes I am a bit intrigued and confused by some of your comments. So let me see if I can actually play Pokemon Go while we're doing this. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Let's see here. Okay, Pokemon Go. Can we do it? Can we do it properly without it having to keep redoing itself? Let's find out. Nope. Come on, BlueStacks. My games. The Pokemans. Let's see what we got. Authentication expired. That's okay. Is this going to let us do this? Yeah, I also agree. I wish the US would leave Iran alone. Alright, we'll do this later. Let's see if we can update this. Or not update this. And then we can go to Iran. Let's find out. It looks like it's not even wanting to load. I think we tried doing this once on Patreon. And it just wasn't about that life. Yeah, looks like we're not having fun. That's okay. We can still talk about Pokemon. Things are okay, Mills. I thought, I'm anticipating what could be developing into a migraine within the next couple hours. And so if that lasts until tomorrow, or through tomorrow, then we probably can't do a Cafeteria Club kind of live stream. And also, there's a lot of makeup, so let's just do that. I got some cool rings on, which are kind of fun to like do the look, but it is fun. It's different. I've got magnetic eyelashes on, so those are very easy to apply, but they are like, they're heavy. These are not that light, you know, like I can feel them. Yeah, I think that there are people that get on Instagram models because they don't look like this in everyday life, whatever. And yeah, of course, to that degree that they're doing filters and stuff, but pretending that's how they really look, I definitely disagree with that. But this idea that they would just take a photo and then go out like this every single day, oh my goodness, my skin can't even breathe. It might not look like there's a ton of like skin makeup, but there is. Normally I do nothing or like a BB cream and that's it. But I have so much, there's this, not a highlighter, there is a highlighter, but there's, what's it called? Contouring, highlight. And it's just layers and layers of it here because I was trying to get the look where it's like very, very bright underneath. I guess that's sort of a trend for some women in Iran. So I was trying to do that, and then you have to pack on a bunch of highlighter on top of that. My lips are very overdrawn, so I have a lot of like lipstick on my skin. It's just a very uncomfortable feeling. These lashes are very uncomfortable. I can't imagine somebody wanting to do this every day. So let us appreciate the Instagram models for what they do and not expect them to look like that all the time. Yeah. It is cold, isn't it, Mage? It is cold. I've got 2 things of tea. So that's it. Iran is loaded with mountains and ravines. Yes, it definitely is. Thank God Trump is out. I'm not sure if anything would be more frightening than the U.S. invading Iran. Yeah, that's definitely something to avoid. If you wore the Casanova Frankenstein rings from Mystery Men. Do I know Casanova Frankenstein? Did I see did Mystery Men have... Did that have Ben Stiller in it? Is that what I'm thinking? Did that have Ben Stiller? What are those rings? Let's find out. Casanova Frankenstein rings. Let's get rid of the Pokemon, I guess. Casanova Frankenstein rings? Didn't Mystery Man have Janine Garofalo in it? Is that what I'm thinking? Go, internet. I said go. This internet doesn't want to. Ah! That's a good time. That's a good time. Can we move this one, like, up here? Maybe. Nope. No, I did have a ring like that, but it was silver toned as opposed to gold toned. Yeah. The ring should come up for his photo. Gotcha. I thought the different clothing was associated with different sects of Islam. Yeah, so this is not for that. Of course, the headscarf is required in Iran, but it's not like the hijab or niqab or chador where you have to cover all your hair. A lot of it is very open. But again, you would just kind of wear this just to keep the heat off of your neck. I've been in places where I had a scarf and it was just suddenly got very, very hot and I just boop, put it over. It's just a way to protect your neck. Yeah, she was the bowler woman. Dane Cook as the waffler. Gosh, that movie I barely remember. I can't even. I mean, I'm sure Dane Cook was in there. I just can't remember anything about his character. I just remember she was the bowler, and she had wasn't her dad's skull in her bowling ball? Is that what that was? And then I don't remember if Ben Stiller was in there or what he did. But wasn't there like a bowling ball skull? I feel like if I wanted to, I could try to do a look or do makeup to try to look like Janine Garofalo. I feel like I could maybe pull off her face. I'm not sure. Looking fierce, love it. Thank you. Thank you for the tips, by the way. So I actually had a toned down version of this. And it was recommended to me to just go for it. Just overdraw the lips. Let's put on the super lashes. And so thank you for that recommendation. Because if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it, right? You can't really do this look halfway. So we're just gonna do it, yeah. She didn't put her dad's skull in the bowling ball. She had the guy at the pro shop do it. That's fantastic. What do we think, by the way, of these glasses with it? I actually haven't seen these glasses with it. They're just here just in case my head decides to hurt. Oh, okay. That is a look. I think my other glasses looked a little better. And now I realize I have to pull this back up. I feel, I don't know, almost... I don't know. I feel like this is the opposite of a face mask. Right? The face mask covers this part of your face, but like this is covering my eyes. So you still don't know who I am. I think that works. This is good. This is good incognito. This is incognito mode right here. That's what we've got going on. That's it. Yeah, I did do it. I was very worried about the overdrive. Like when you get very close to this, you can just see layers and the lips are all just, it's ridiculous looking. But kind of from far away, it's like, oh, you know, if you didn't know who I was and you didn't know this wasn't my normal style of makeup, maybe this is passable. But like once you get really close, it's just a train wreck. Yeah. I could do Janine Garofalo. Can't describe it. You probably think it was not appropriate. Yeah, let's keep it that way. Let's keep it quiet. You look like a rich white woman waiting for her driver in those glasses. I think I have a face that can blend in some different areas. And I mean, that makes sense. You know, I am mixed. But yeah, I guess what European do I look like? I feel like I don't look Serbian, but what kind of European? I don't know. Italian? What are some Italian words that I can say? How do you say faster? You know, that's what I could be. That's it. Need to get to the spaghetti. Sorry to any Italian people. I am not Italian. I don't know if that was offensive or what, but yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I think just, yeah, relaxing on some beach or something somewhere, that would be nice, I think. That is gingery. So ginger can help sometimes with migraines and whatever. It wasn't super great for me at first. It didn't really do anything, but I decided to just keep it up. And you know, it turns out it was helping. This needs more sweetener. This is extra ginger. This is double time ginger. So this is, like, both of them are normally pretty strong, and I combined them. That is its own thing. The second wife of a rich Arab man. I don't know, is that an insult? Is that just a description? Is that how that works? So, does anybody play Pokemon Go? This is just up here for fun. Doesn't have to mean anything. We don't have to talk about it. But it is there if y'all want to. They did release a new Pokemon. This one, I mean, is it supposed to look like a fetus? Is that what it's supposed to look like? Because that's what it looks like. And it's, I don't know. I evolved mine. It really creeped me out. I don't know. And then it just kind of floats there. It's just this floating fetus. The Flotus. That's it. We figured out the Flotus. Speaking of, I follow the Flotus on Instagram, and it's kind of nice to see semi-involved stuff. Yeah. Gaelic, okay. Janine Garofalo Oil Slick. I'm not sure what that means. All 8 of your great-grandparents were Italian, okay. Also, Hiram, I've been trying to, maybe you're interested, I've been trying to learn or refresh myself on Yiddish words. So that's fun. Um, yeah, I might be a goyim. But I think it's kind of fun. Yiddish is that's a language that's kind of dying, and it's close enough to German that it's not too much of a leap for some of the phrasing. Yeah, like oy vey is mir, right? It's it's not so much, and plus it's fun to say words like fakakta. That's fun. How about you guys? How are you doing? I know Mills, you are hopefully you're feeling a little better. I know you were caught the co. I don't know. I don't know if my video is allowed to stay up. I was worried that it might get removed because we were talking. If I didn't have to teach more today, I would take this off. Not this is it's a bit much. It's fun, but I don't know if I would never do this regularly. Yeah, but I know some of you were feeling poorly. Hopefully the rest of you are feeling okay. And it is getting quite cold again. We ended up going into the, oh my gosh, my hair. We were doing all right. We were getting up in temperature, and then it's like we dropped so much. We were like 13, 14 degrees Celsius, and then it's like -9, -7. Just suddenly got very cold. So I'm not sure why that is. Today went downhill a bit, unfortunately. Harder time breathing, more easily fatigued. I get the feeling there's a lot of up and down in my condition in the near future. I hope it's only the near future. I really, really hope that we talk about the death rate, and yeah, the death rate is, definitely something to consider, and it's, no joke, but the bigger issue that I think people are not talking about as much is okay, I recovered and I didn't die, but now I have long-term health problems. So that's the thing that I really hope that you can avoid. Hello, Wounded Monk. How are you? Doing all right? Having a good time? I am going to end the stream in around 10 minutes. Just want to not look at a screen right now. So I just, got to relax the eyes. Random Lee talk is ASMR. Is it? Should I like... Do you like it? Is that it? I should do audiobooks. I would like to do audiobooks of stories, doing different voices. I think that'd be a lot of fun. We can try should we get the close... Let me move this thing. This microphone. Hang on. Where's this gonna go? We're gonna go here. You're gonna go back here. Is this better? Can you guys hear me? I don't know what else to do. I actually don't really care for ASMR, so I don't know what feels good with it. The only one that I really do like is, I forget her name, but she does really good ASMR stuff. What's her name? I know I have it saved somewhere. Just give me a second. Hoping to avoid long COVID as well. My friend had COVID and dealing with long COVID. It's basically COVID without being contagious from the way they describe it. That sounds awful. The way that I've heard it described is now you have chronic health problems. And I do not wish those on anybody. I think that's a terrible, terrible time. I have chronic health issues. That's just not where it's at. What is that lady called? Under T. Why is this blocked? Meowing ASMR. That one is pretty good. It's just very relaxing. I don't get any of the tingles or whatever. I guess there's a full medical exam whispered. What would I do? I would just teach you about geography. That's it, you know. That's it. Shuggle, I'm not sure what you said, but I'm gonna say what was the phrase? It was khu something. Khumer? Something like that. And then salam. That was hello. And then what was the Parsi for? I know you don't, I mean I know that it's Arabic and not Parsi, but for you, let's see. It's like khume, I think it was. Khume. So that's the idea. Let's see. Baumgartner restoration is very good. Narrations, does ASMR. He's an art restorer. Well, that's cool. Yes, I am online for you guys, but I will be leaving. So how would you say good morning? Assalamu morning? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's see. If a Norman missions ahead of me, if I had $1 billion in monetary wealth, I would spend most of my time trying to help people. Yeah, I feel like there was a Twitter post or a tweet, I guess, is the phrase. It was something like billionaires are doing being a billionaire wrong. You know, they could get rid of homelessness or something, and then, you know, they could be Batman, but instead they choose to not be. Sabah ul khair, is that what it is? Is that good morning? Is that khair? Is that what we're looking for? That KH? Yeah, I feel like if I was a billionaire, I don't know. I'm sure everybody has that feeling, right? If I was a billionaire, I would do this thing. So when they become billionaires, what is stopping them? What changes about billionaire life that you say, no, wait a minute, I'm not going to do that thing? So I wonder what changes. Farsi is the same alphabet as Arabic, but it's narrower and taller font. Is that... But is it... I mean, but it's also a different language, you know, right? That's what I meant by, I don't know if it makes sense to say it, yeah. One of the things getting all that money, constant concern with what it's doing and then acquiring more. If you are self-made, your concern is with losing it all. Perhaps. I did watch this documentary, I think it's called The Children of the 1% or something like that. And it was done by one of the heirs to the Johnson & Johnson fortune. And he was going around talking to... Actually, Ivanka Trump was in it as well. He was talking to all these young adults that would be inheriting their parents' fortune, like the family fortune. And he was just talking about their issues. And it seems like for them, they want to do more in terms of like philanthropic pursuits. Whereas their parents, not so much. So it was kind of interesting to see that there was... And there's also a bit of a divide. I guess some people just kind of... They go out and live the high life because they feel like that's what they have to do. And then there's other people that they want to donate and stuff. Donate to charities and things more than their family might be doing for a tax issue. But... they end up getting cut out of the will. So there was somebody that got interviewed that was cut out of the will because I guess she wanted to pursue painting instead of going into business. And so her grandfather cut her out of the will and like kicked her out of the family. So not only was she cut out of the will, but like she had to get a job and find a small apartment and all this stuff. So she's just used to be in this super rich family, and she's obviously still blood related to them, but doesn't get involved or invited to anything. So it's kind of an interesting concept. Found that money and wealth doesn't really change people. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. If I'm a billionaire, my nephew and nieces may die early because I will spoil them with fast cars and lots of alcohol. Oof. Yeah, that's... Gotta be careful with that one, right? Let's see. Dumb grandpa. Yeah, I think that was kind of how the person was really portrayed. I don't think they mentioned which grandchild or which person her grandfather was, but just that it was a very prominent family, Grandpa cut her out of the will because she wanted to be an artist. She wanted to go do a thing, and she had this idea that, family's there, they're going to support me, we have enough money to put me through school comfortably, I don't have to struggle or anything like that, so why not just pursue what I want? I'm inheriting the fortune anyway, why not have a life that I enjoy? And so once she decided to pursue art, they kicked her out of the family. Like, it was pretty nuts. It's a governments can't end homelessness, how could I thing. It's not a thing you can just do. It's a massive project. That's true, but I feel like part of the problem with that project is that it's people, analysis, management, etc. that all need money. So if you can be that person that provides the money and employs those people, I feel like that might be a way to facilitate it. Yeah. Jared Kushner's father was sent to prison. Now he's married. They're being investigated for stealing. Yeah, I heard about that. That just because the impeachment ended in acquittal, that doesn't mean that criminal courts can't come after the Trump family for various reasons, and I guess they're starting to, so that's kind of interesting. I've always been a Mr. Beast fan, although I've thought about that kind of business model since before he became a thing. Maybe the first YouTube billionaire, apparently. I don't know who Mr. Beast is. I feel like I should. You need lots of public support for those initiatives. That's true. That's definitely true. I'm on a diet from a VA dietitian and doing aerial acrobatics. Thanks for the encouragement. Oh, and silks hurt. Which silks? You know how to rock a hijab. So I think this would just be, I guess this would be a hijab, like an open hijab. Let's see. Do you remember the story of the Rothschild heiress who left her husband and got into a whirlwind romance with the rapper Jay Electronica? I do not. I guess I'm not into much on top of high society stuff. I don't know. That was more, I think, my mom's thing to get into, like, oh, what celebrities are doing what and how are they doing their lives and stuff. I only had watched that documentary because it was a documentary. I'm very interested in that type of thing and learning about that type of thing only because it's a life that I'm never going to lead, so I like learning a lot about just hearing people that were in prison, for example. I don't anticipate that I'm going to go to prison, so what is it like to live a life like that? And so I'm just try to consume these documentaries that are about things that I'm not really gonna do with my life. Yeah. Oh, the aerial acrobatic silks. I got you. Yeah, I'd imagine they hurt. You really got to build up tolerance for that. Many jackpot winners said that it costs a lot more money to maintain the same level of happiness after winning a jackpot. There was, I forget what it's called. It's this thing in psychology about the difference. So it's like, if you were born into money, there's like a level of happiness that you have. But somebody who goes to your level suddenly, such as winning a jackpot, they are full of anxiety because they're worried about losing it. And in the same way, there's people that, that are at the poverty level, and that's kind of the level they're born into, where somebody who loses a bunch of money suddenly from like a serious stock market crash and they lost all their money, when they go down to your level, they aren't at your level of happiness. They're also filled with anxiety and stuff. And it actually contributes a lot to, that's one of the reasons that people will end their lives, but not have like a pre-existing mental health condition. It's that change that causes the anxiety. So I would definitely, believe about the jackpot winner stuff. The space lasers. Oh my goodness. I brought up the Rothschild heiress as she got cut out of the family for going with this man and becoming really aware of the things like world hunger and everything. Yeah, I believe it. I think that it's... What was the... I forget who it was. It was a recent thing with like a Republican... some type of political leader. And they were very against maternal leave until they got pregnant. And then wanted maternal leave, and now they were like, oh no, this is a thing that should happen. How come? So they got really upset about it. And it was, just this idea of how unempathetic some people are, that they can't possibly imagine somebody needing help until they're in that position, and then they need help. It's such a small view. This hair is still getting in the way, and I think that's the thing people don't remember or don't understand. Any of us is a serious car accident away of needing care 24 hours. You know what I mean? Any of us is very, we all have the potential to be at the lowest level of society or the lowest level of health. And it's so strange to think that's never going to happen to me. And if it happens to a person, it's due solely to their own negligence. And I deserve to not be in that position, or something like that. Like, I'm entitled to never be in that position. It's such a weird way to think about life, Yeah. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? I am trying to rock a look for my geography class today. We're studying about Turkey, Iraq, and Iran. So this is like an Iranian kind of look. But I will be leaving actually pretty soon, in the next couple minutes, just because I need a break from staring at a screen before I go back to work. The anti-Semitic tropes go back a good 2,000 years. Oh yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I try to, as we're going through history stuff, I let the students know that whole concept of, Hitler choosing the Jewish people as a scapegoat, that was not a thing he just made up on the spot. It wasn't like a personal hatred of Jewish people. This was tapping into hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, over 1,000 years of hatred on the Jewish people. Yeah, absolutely. Lack of empathy has become fashionable in the U.S. in a large segment of society, which is really odd, right? Because we have what is it called? Performative volunteering or something like that, where you show up to a volunteer event just so you can take selfies and then post it to your social media, and then you leave. It's I forget exactly what it's called, but it's just to look like you care. So it's so strange to also have it be a thing to genuinely not care. Yeah, I don't know. That's why, unless it's something like I feel like I'm frustrated that people aren't helping, I typically don't talk about the the volunteer work or the donations and stuff that I do. I just don't really talk about that because I don't want anyone to think that it's being done just for that purpose. But then at the same time, it's almost like I want people to know that even though, I don't have a bunch of money, you can still donate, $5 or $10 regularly to charities that, are with causes that you support. It doesn't have to be huge amounts of money. You can donate $1 to them every month. You know what I mean? The whole don't disregard your feelings mantra. Yeah. It's funny, the people who these days, it's like facts over feelings has sort of become a dog whistle, hasn't it? For things like I don't want to explore anything outside of what I've been indoctrinated to believe. So I have a hard time when I hear facts over feelings as a phrase. Obviously facts, cool, great. Obviously somebody's personal opinion, their feeling about a thing, not great. But I feel like that specific phrase is used by people that perhaps follow Ben Shapiro, for example, where this guy doesn't really have anything of value to say. And a lot of the stuff he says is based on his feelings, but he feels like it's a fact because he wants it to be a fact. So it has to do with his indoctrination and being convinced of a thing without actually having the evidence to support it. And I feel like that's what the facts over feelings crowd kind of is. A lot of Koreans around Fort Bragg. They are kind and polite. That's cool. Let's see. Ridiculous how some people are still buying into the nonsense about the Jews and the Catholic Church had espoused. Yeah, that's true. How many wigs do you own? Because you always post cool pictures with a new look. So this is not a wig, just so we know, because I would probably not cover a wig, and also a wig would maybe look cooler than this. But I do own a lot of wigs. I don't know how many a lot is. I guess it's relative. 15 maybe. Yeah, so facts don't care about your feelings, but then Ben Shapiro gets all butthurt when people are pro-choice, and he criticizes the fairy tale that he buys into. Right. He's very Gish Gallopy too, you know. And also, let's say. That's his thing too. Let's say. Like, okay, yeah, if we want to invent a magical world, sure, but facts don't care about your feelings, right? So in the actual world that we're not just inventing for the sake of argument to, I don't know, it's almost like he's strawmanning reality. You know what I mean? With all of his let's says, you know. 15 wigs, damn. Yeah, it's I think they're fun. But the other nice thing about them is that I can't wear hats at work anymore. So I wear wigs. So if it's cold outside, I want to put on a beanie and wear the beanie at work all day, and I'm not allowed to do that. So I said, well, can I wear wigs? Yep, okay. So I use that instead of a hat. Yeah, during that. Let's see. On that note, we're gonna head out. Have a good one. Hope you guys are feeling okay. Let me just read the rest of these. He's a dork who announced to the entire world that he can't satisfy his wife. I don't feel bad for her. That's what happens when you marry a dork. Okay. The man with the largest straw man. It's like a huge scarecrow in his closet. Pulls it out when he makes arguments right. He's about that fast-talking Gish gallops, all sorts of platitudes sprinkled on top. Okay, so it's not just me. All right, that's good to know, because there's a lot of people that really like him. And I thought, okay, let's see what he has to say. Facts over feelings. Sure, I agree with that concept. Yeah, facts mean more than your personal opinion on a subject. And then as soon as you watch it, it's just like, oh, honey, no. No, honey, what are you doing? No. Somebody take the microphone away from this guy before he hurts himself with it. Like, that's just kind of that feeling I got from him. So I was really shocked that there were so many people that thought he was awesome. And I'm just like, am I missing something here? So it's nice to know it's not just me. Yeah. When you teach African geography, I hope you don't try to look like an African. Yeah, we don't do that. There might be something like, showing like the way to wrap hair. We talk about why hairstyles are different for people that have very curly hair. We actually talked about that today, and why it doesn't, you don't wash it as often. Like my hair, it's moderately curly, and I wash it maybe once a week, twice a week at the most. But for somebody with even curlier hair, so we talk about that, why their hairstyles look very different from a lot of other hairstyles around the world. And so it's actually a protective hairstyle, and we discuss that. But we don't go into any attempting of box braids. Like that is not, that's not something we do. All right. So thank you for beeping it yourself. Sean, yeah, I think that's perhaps the issue. Rhetoric is usually more convincing to the average person. All right, y'all. See you later. Have fun. Adios and bye-bye.